Who died, man?
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Big Cloud here, back again. RGT, ladies and gentlemen. We are officially on episode 50. How is everybody doing on this special Friday? Thank you guys so much to those that are already here. Do us a huge favor, hit that like button, hit that share button. Let's get more gamers in here and let's get into all the latest news and rumors. Shout out to everybody that's already here, though. All right. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get the panel introduced, and we're going to definitely start the show. All right. Say what's up to the people, Nancy.
What's up, everybody?
My man, Meds. What you got to say to the people?
You're welcome for 50 shows. Let's get it.
All right. Mr. Craig Harris.
Hey, congrats on 50. Let's keep it rolling.
Absolutely. Carlos.
What up, what up, what up? Episode 50, RGT. Let's go.
And, of course, the Human Fox.
What is up? What is up? I'm looking at the chat. It says someone you've blocked is a moderator here. Oh, no.
That happens to
Play
me every
games,
time.
not corporations.
Uh-oh. Thank you guys so much. Because of you guys, we're here, and we love to do this. Thank you guys so much again. Without further ado, let's go ahead and start the show. So, here's a good topic. Horizon Zero Dawn has officially sold over 10 million units worldwide.
Congrats.
What do you guys have to say about that? Now, if I remember correctly, if we go back, we do a little backtracking. If I remember correctly, Uncharted 4 did around 10 million. We have Horizon Zero Dawn that has officially done 10 million. We have what else that has officially done those numbers? Spider-Man did over 10 million. And of course, many of the other games are projected to do that, such as The Last of Us Part 2. And many people are even projecting that even Ghost of Tsushima could very well do that. And people are out here saying that exclusives do not sell and exclusives do not matter. You guys got to say about that. How about I'll start with ladies first. I know a lot of people I don't tend to do that as much. So ladies first. Nancy.
Well, one thing I got to say is that I'm glad it made those numbers. Okay. And like you said, it just goes to prove that exclusives do matter. And everybody was calling it until yawn. Okay. But yet it sold 10 million. Okay. So they need to just keep their comments to themselves and enjoy exclusives.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
My
brother Meds.
They matter.
Meds, what you got to say on that?
I don't really have anything to add. I'm happy. But you know what? Actually, I do have something to add. I think this is great news because it solidifies, not that it needed to, but even further solidifies that, Horizon Zero Dawn can be one of those pillar franchises that holds up the PlayStation brand, not like Killzone, which was always considered, a PlayStation thing, but it never really resonated that hard. The fact that Horizon Zero Dawn, was able to sell through so many copies, definitely have like a 20, 30 year IP on their hands. So, congrats to them.
Okay. Mr. Craig Harris.
I love it. I love it for Gorilla. I watched that video, how that concept came together, and just that's my favorite game this generation. That is the, like Digital Foundry said, that's the benchmark for RPGs. Period. Every RPG since then has been judged better. It's judged against that game. But love the character. Huge risk. I know Sony was they were very nervous because they were losing the Uncharted series as far as Nathan Drake retiring, putting air quotes up. And this game, this character, this avatar kind of took his place. And I think they did a very good job. And that's a pretty cool character. So congrats to them and everybody that enjoyed it. If you haven't played it yet, get out there and play it and get the DLC. You can get it for like $19 all together. The Game of the Year edition. Great game. Congrats to everybody on that.
All right. For sure. To everybody in the chat, hey, shout out to you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Shout out to Andrew Wilkins for the super chat. He said, I told people the Horizon Zero Dawn would outsell Gears of War 4 and Halo 5 combined months ago. Xbox fans hate being honest about PlayStation games. Well, yeah, that is very, very true. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for super chat. Shout out to Cali Rex. He said the best podcast. Hey, we tried, man. We tried. We tried. Foxy, what you got to say about the situation, bro? As if he's there.
You too. Have a good one.
Okay. Carlos?
Yeah, man. I'm sorry about that.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Sorry, my mic was off. Look, do you want me to speak or should I go after Carlos? I don't. I'm easy.
You go ahead. You go ahead. You go ahead.
All right. Well, here's the thing. Right? I've been gaming a long time, yeah, and Nintendo's been in this game a long, long time. So their evergreen titles have come about through just being in the game for so long. That's why Nintendo titles continue to sell and sell and sell years after they first launch, and they don't tend to drop in price either. So it's good to see that Sony is starting to happen for Sony, that games that came out 2 years ago are still shifting millions of units. Like they sold another what 2.8 million units or something
Facts.
since late 2018. Like that's an evergreen title now. And I think you're going to get that with titles like Spider-Man and God of War. Those titles are going to continue to sell. And I'll tell you why. When PS5 comes out, they're going to enhance those titles. And people are going to then buy those titles for the PS5. They might have traded them in or not purchased it, but maybe they're curious to see the upgrades through the game. And they're going to buy it again. And the game's just going to keep on selling throughout the PS5's generation because it's all going to be backwards compat with enhancement. So, yeah, it's good that Sony's getting this evergreen. I think, yeah, congrats to Guerrilla Games as well, because I think they deserve it. They made a stellar title. I don't care whether you're into the genre or not. You got to appreciate the art and love and care and attention that went into the production of that game. So it deserves everything it gets.
Yeah. One more quick thing. That is the game that broke the Xbox community's back. And that's the game that's mentioned the most in their podcast. And that's the game that's complained about the most. And so that's the back-breaking game. That's just, it is what it is. Sony was not supposed to have a game that looked like that. That's not right for them. They're like, no, you know, but that I've always said that Spider-Man broke their hearts, but Aloy broke their backs. And you can do it when a girl breaks your back, but not this time. So
yeah, it's they went all out with Horizon Zero Dawn. You know what's interesting though? There was rumors going around that they're gonna make another Killzone. Tell you the truth though, I kind of, even though I'm pretty sure people want another Killzone from Guerrilla Games. Tell you the truth though, I would kind of recommend they not even bother with Killzone. Let Killzone rest a little longer and just go directly into the sequel for Horizon Zero Dawn.
Why can't they do both?
I mean, they could do both. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're splitting the two teams. Isn't that Sony's motto when it comes to their studios or their strategy?
Not necessarily, because you've got Guerrilla Cambridge, haven't you? So there's two studios.
Yeah, I'm saying it's two studios. So yeah,
no, they actually closed Guerrilla Cambridge a while ago.
But they can still split. They can still make.
But
two
they do have
teams
two
if they want.
teams.
Yeah, they can do that. And here's the thing: look how they reiterated on God of War. Who'd have thought after the lackluster last title, God of War Ascension, right? It was good, but it wasn't really what we were hoping for, right?
Right.
It was more of a just something. I think people don't even rate that title among the other God of Wars. It's just that it's the other game, right? They call it the other God of War title. But here's the thing: who'd have thought going from Ascension to the God of War reboot we got on PS4? Why can't they reiterate on Killzone? Perhaps they could make it far more open. It could take on Halo Infinite if they really put the money behind it. Now we know Guerrilla Games what they're truly capable of with Horizon Zero Dawn. I think they can bring new ideas to Killzone.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
They've got the engine already. You can convert the Horizon Zero Dawn engine into a first-person shooter. Easy.
Yeah. That's a good point, Fox.
They got a lot of gems they're sitting on right now. Like, for example, they can easily bring back Resistance. That's another franchise that we love to see.
I think that is coming back.
Yeah, that's the only one.
Coming back. Only
I'll take either one of those. One of those.
Yeah, but that's Insomniac. Guerrilla's not going to do that.
Yeah, but remember Sean Layton, didn't he say something about needing more multiplayer multiplayer games.
Yeah.
And I think Resistance falls into that and Killzone. And yes, maybe even SOCOM, but Resistance I think will make a comeback. Next generation.
To be honest, I don't know if you played the Resistance multiplayer. Did you play it before, Craig? I played it.
No, it was trash.
Yeah, I was. I didn't. That's not really a game.
Wait, with the first Resistance on the PS3.
Yeah, yeah, the one for PS3.
No, sorry,
and
I disagree. I'm sorry, that multiplayer was bombing. Listen, that was the.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. You guys are crazy.
Y'all talking about the first one? You talking about part 2? Because part 2 is
I'm
the one.
I'm talking about the first Resistance on PS3.
Oh,
right?
okay.
40.
Yeah,
you had 40. It was 40 versus 40.
Yeah,
or something like that. There was a lot of players on the map, and I used to live on that game. Trust me.
Yeah. Wasn't bad. It just
the sequel one I really didn't like. I didn't like the sequel version in terms of like
I didn't go online for the sequel. I only played the campaign.
And Foxy with the Resistance. You remember on multiplayer they had like 64 or so people on the map.
That was
exactly. It was 40 per side, isn't it? It was 40 each. It was 40 per side. Yeah, I remember. There was a lot of people.
That was part 1, and part 2 had 64 and 64.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, you never had to go looking for anyone for too long. There was always someone near you.
Yeah, you're right about that. Yep.
And it had these thrusters. It had these kind of. It was like these air thrusters. You just go on them and it throws you up onto another level. Do you remember?
Mm-hmm. I remember.
Halo did it as well.
Foxy, I wanted to say something to address something you mentioned earlier about basically using the Horizon Zero Dawn engine for a first-person shooter. Actually, that's exactly what they did, but the other way around. They used
they
Killzone engines creating Horizon Zero Dawn. So going back would be
exactly.
No problem.
So they can reverse engineer. They can do a lot. That engine is. I tell you, that engine is quite sophisticated. It's very versatile. I think it can do races, like a racing game. I think it can do anything, that engine, because the draw distance in Horizon Zero Dawn tells me they got a lot of area covered for lots of genres.
Yeah.
Very sure.
Yeah. I agree. It was a great game. And congrats to them. The 10 million, well deserved, and hopefully they can do 10 million more.
Yeah. It's still the best use of checkerboarding on the PS4 Pro to date.
By far.
Yeah.
No checkerboarding comes close to Horizon Zero Dawn's.
Yep.
I don't disagree.
I just can't wait to see what they do with the sequel. What other new beasts they'll have in the game, whatnot. Yeah, I'm really interested in what they're gonna do going forward. So
I want it to begin. I want it to begin. I want it to begin on Earth, like the future Earth where they screwed everything up, right?
Oh, like in the past, like back in the past.
I want to play some of that as a level, and then skip forward into the future that becomes the prehistoric future. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'd like to be involved in the whole catastrophe, the calamity of why it became like why Earth had to why the world had to begin all over again.
Yeah.
Like go back through the Neanderthal stage, like not quiet. They still had technology, but look how they were dressed. It was very like back in the prehistoric days. Might as well be a caveman. Do you know what I'm saying? But I'd like to be part of the catastrophe. I want to see the army I'd love to be in that. You know what I mean? I want a more realistic take on it, and then take me into the fantasy side of it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like how can I put it? It's like a precursor to Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't want to see what happens later because she's older. I like her young, so bring me back.
Yeah.
And I don't
hit that like button. Obviously, Timefall stalkers here.
Don't forget about Carlos, huh?
Your man's crazy.
Listen. I know I said I like her.
What's yours?
I know I said I like her young. Yeah, I'm not trying to sound like Robert Kelly, but you know what I mean.
Oh God.
Hey man, don't forget about Carlos.
She would be interesting if she was old though. Let's be honest. Imagine like she's in how old is she in the game? Like she's like a 20 or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. Yes. Something like that.
She's like 20 by the time you get to the end of the game, right? So how further along can they push it? Like I don't want to play it.
She was born in the technological world. She wasn't like automatically in the past, though. You think about it. Well, actually, no. That wasn't even how it worked, though. She was like teleported there.
We don't want to give away the plot in case someone hasn't played it. But I'm just saying, I don't want to play as an old version of the character.
So you
Aloy,
wanted to still be in her current state, just kind of like a little few years prior.
I want us to go back and forward. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I want us to go back
Kind of like
in the
Nathan
past.
Drake, kind of like Nathan Drake in a weird way.
Yeah, keep her this age, but let's have it as a direct continuation. But we go back to before it happened, so we see what Earth happened, like the destruction of Earth. Do you know what I'm saying? I want to be part of that and see the army and the military trying to fight all these. I'd love to be playing a role in that, and then we can skip forward into Horizon Zero Dawn, how we know it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Hey, let me give you a
That's
massive
good,
shout out to the homie Merc 305 up in the building. What's up, brother?
That's my
Hey,
bro
what
right
up,
there.
Merc?
What's going on, brother?
what up?
Where's Smooth at? I see you in the chat. Where's Smooth at? Come on, where's Smooth at? Shout out to Kiss Smooth and the Planet Xbox podcast. Shout out to you guys.
Thank you.
It's just it's a lot going on. I'm very happy for it though. I'm glad that it's achieved this milestone, and here's to more. Hopefully, this will be inspiration for more studios to take opportunities on newer projects.
I think
Frozen
Sony's
Wild-
encouraging them to
Yeah.
take chances now, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
All right. So everybody got what they had to say on the subject?
Carlos didn't go.
Oh, go ahead, Carlo. What you had to say? I'm sorry.
Bad. I just had to take care of a couple of things before getting back. But overall, with the sales and everything that's been going on, I mean, I think it speaks for itself. And many
Kind of botting out, bro.
There's a reason why Carlos wasn't speaking.
are on enjoy it. Yeah, super reason.
All right. Okay. I got you. Okay. So let's move on to this one right here. So apparently Sony is looking to gain over $20,000 from a pirate PS4 games and console seller.
Oh, such a
Yeah.
nice story.
Yeah, according to
Damn,
this,
it's a slow news week, huh?
yeah, apparently he might actually win, or Sony might actually win because he failed to appear in court.
Yeah, but think about it. Do you think Sony cares about 20 grand? That's not even piss to them.
Yeah, it really isn't. It kind of makes you wonder. I'm pretty sure they're probably doing
It's a
that.
scare tactic. It's a scare
Yeah.
tactic.
It's a
Saying
scare
that-
tactic, bro.
Why
It'll
don't you
cost
have
you more than
more
20 grand to
people?
fight the
It
legal
really
battle.
does have to be.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Porter Ross 77 in the chat. What's up, brother? Hey, if you want in here, I'll definitely shoot you the link as well. But shout out to Porter Ross. Again, it just I'm pretty sure they're doing that as just an example. Just to
It's
get
the
the point
scare of the
across,
little
like,
people.
right.
Like the little
It has
people think that Sony don't notice them.
Hey, what's
right,
up, Porter Rock?
exactly. That's exactly what I believe. It's like, it's a little too petty for Sony to go for $20,000. $20,000 to Sony's like
That's
$20.
nothing. That's nothing. They lose that just yawning.
Facts. Just like I don't get it. I never understood it at all.
That's
But
that's not even them blinking. That's not even blink money.
it
They
really.
earn more than more than I blink in a day. Do you understand? That's
Uh-huh.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised by all of it, but I mean, it just goes to show you that pirating and doing things that you're not supposed to do illegally will still be caught in the smallest and minutest way. So,
you know what? I don't want to sound like a snowflake, but do you know who it hurts the most? Do you know people who pirate and do all this modding stuff and sell it, right? Do you know who it really hurts?
Who?
It hurts us, the consumer, because prices
Yep.
go up, development costs
Mhm.
go up. We're the ones that pay the price, The consumer does. It's like shoplifting. Every time someone shoplifts from a supermarket, who do you think recovers the cost? It comes from the consumer. You think the business is going to take the hit?
Nope.
nope.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
If y'all want
You know
Porter
what?
Rock,
This is
yo, me invite Porter Rock. I'll shoot him the invite.
yeah.
Sure.
If he wants to come on.
I send it
Yo,
to you.
also real quick,
What's up?
a lot of people act like not a lot of. Again, I'm addressing the vocal minority, but some gamers piracy only happens. It happens everywhere, people. Like, let's not pretend.
True. Yeah.
See, that's
Well,
the problem. That's the problem, though. People try to pretend it doesn't. It's only in one spot. No, it's not.
That
Yeah, that's
happens
what I'm saying.
everywhere.
Because I get that a lot as a PC gamer. That's one of the things that console guys like to say. But like I said, it happens everywhere. So
Look, I got a Switch, a launch Switch that I could easily mod and never pay for games, but I refuse to do that because I understand the industry and what it takes Like imagine all the music artists, nobody bought their music, and every music that released, everyone just got copies for free. Like it would just destroy the entire industry. No one would make music no more.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Hey, what's up, Diver? What's going on, my brother? Good to see you.
Music.
Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Matt. You're about to say something.
Oh no, I was just saying that that's exactly what did happen. You don't make money making. You make money off, guest appearances, off concert sales, but
Yeah, that's
musical
terrible.
artists had the avenue to do that. Like how would you make your money back if games are constantly being pirated? Probably microtransactions, honestly.
Right.
Think of movies then. We like a good movie, don't we? Now imagine everybody didn't go to pay to see, your Marvel Avengers movies that we love so much, right? Imagine it was all free. Everyone just got a bootleg copy and no one really paid the studio. The studio didn't get a dime. When do you think you'll get to see the next Avengers movie? Probably
won't.
never.
Probably not
Speaking of
ever.
Avengers, hey, Craig, we need to do a stream when we talk about Marvel because I know you've seen the Captain Marvel drama. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane. That's worthy of a stream, but man,
we took those guys down hard. I mean, they're reeling right now.
That's insane going on with that movie.
Yeah,
hopefully it's good. That's what I have to say. Hopefully the movie is good.
Yeah, I was able to see it. So yeah, but we took those guys down hard. I'll save it for that stream. I'm trying to get a big YouTuber on there that does comic book stuff, and I'm waiting to hear back from her. Then if she can come on, and we'll definitely send you an invite and talk about it, because I want to do a pre-show, then a post-show. All right, that's what I'm trying to set up.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Everybody got what they had to say on the whole pirated youth guy?
Yeah, well,
pretty much.
You can't steal. I mean, I don't understand this. I don't understand this generation. I mean, everybody knows that these people suck. I mean, these millennials are horrible. But I mean, I don't know why they steal.
Oh man! Wait, hold on. Do you know a millennial was born like around 1983 to 85 onwards, right? So technically, I'm a millennial.
Me too. I'm kind of.
It's from 85, but I'm gonna put myself in that category because I'm only 2 years outside the window.
Yeah, me too, man. So we're both in the same boat.
I'm young. I'm hip. You know what I'm saying? I'm hip and I'm hop and I'm hippity hop.
Oh my god!
Wait, hold on. Diver asked the question. Ryan, Diver asked the question.
What's up?
What is a game score, and do they really have 500 million subscribers? And is Microsoft going to take over GameCore?
What's Game?
What is GameCore?
I have no idea about any of the things you just said.
GameCore sound like the military for cheaters. Welcome to GameCore. Get on your box, soldier.
We could probably just, dig into it and see what we can make an analogy from, but I really haven't read anything about it, Diver.
Yeah.
Man, I've not even heard of that.
I know what it is. Basically, GameCore is supposed to be, it's something leaked by Thurrott.com, Brad Sams. That name keeps popping up everywhere. And that boy's going to be famous one day, I tell you.
He's already up there. And he's getting up there.
Yeah.
Well, I hear his name a lot these days, so he's definitely gonna make a name for himself with everybody. But apparently, according to him, GameCore is like an initiative that Microsoft have to bring PC and Xbox under one roof. So it's like merging Windows Store with Xbox Live. But here's the problem: if they're gonna do this whole big merger, are they gonna try and charge PC gamers to access Xbox Live? Because then
odds are they probably will, because there was information came out that they're actually going to be upgrading their infrastructure for one, and they're going to be actually releasing their games natively on PC completely. So you don't have to necessarily just play their games through Game Pass, where you have access to the Play Anywhere titles. They're trying to get all games natively directly to the PC. So they're going to do strictly games to PC. Obviously, now one thing's for certain, right? They got their infrastructure down packed, so you can play with basically Microsoft, like you can play with your Xbox dudes and PC dudes together. I'm pretty sure they're probably gonna have some thing where they're trying to branch out even further because obviously they're working with Nintendo to do their infrastructure. So they probably gonna have to have everything, mixed together, trying their best to get that going on right now. So
Listen, Sony better watch their back. I'm telling you now. People don't underestimate this move that Microsoft's doing, unifying. It's like they want to be world champion and they got the belts are with so many different companies and they want to unify the belts. So they get Nintendo on board. That makes them stronger, right? In the market sense of their presence, right? In the market space.
Yep.
They get that service going. Nintendo eats from it. Microsoft eats from it. Microsoft has everyone logging into Xbox Live. Engagement goes through the roof. Suddenly, they're the biggest, most global, service, live service, giving gamers like multiplayer access. Then they'll be on the PC doing it, and Sony will find themselves isolated if they're not careful. Because let me tell you something: when the market moves, this is a seismic change, and we've got streaming coming as well. This isn't a small change. This is seismic. This is like an eruption. And if Sony's going to stick to, oh, we're going to pump out, and I don't get me wrong, I love this strategy that Sony focuses on single player narrative based story games and stuff, and multiplayer. I love that. That caters to me, but I'm becoming obsolete. People like me are dying out because all these little kids that were born from 1995 or 2000, or when I say little kids, I'm going to show them respect because some of them are men with children, but the younger gamers, they're accepting of this because they're born into this internet age. So they're going to outnumber this old school fossils like me. And
pretty much.
Absolutely.
Okay. Shout out to Dark Link, $5 super chat. Hey, appreciate you, my brother. He said, "What's up, panel in chat? Just showing some support." Hey, I appreciate that, my brother. Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
So Sony better watch their back, or they're going to find themselves alone and isolated. Who will partner with Sony? Who's left in the game?
Yeah,
not much.
It's
I mean,
it's crazy how everything's come full circle, though.
I think for one part, you could probably say Google might even try to do a merger with Sony in terms of,
No, it'll be likely to be Apple, not Google.
That would be very, very crazy if it would happen.
No, I've heard rumors that Sony and Apple got something happening right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of Apple products in Sony's movies. It's now noticeable. Even in the new Spider-Man trailer, there's several.
There's been rumors in the industry, right, among insiders and analysts that Apple and Sony are up to something. They're not sure. There's so much speculation. People aren't sure if it's in the movie sector, the game sector, the phone sector. It could be in the camera sector. We just don't know. But Sony and Apple are doing something behind.
I know it's in the movie sector because they want product placement. Sony has their own products, but in the new Far From Home, I didn't mean to cut you off there, Foxy, but in Far From Home, there's product placement of Apple stuff in that trailer.
Yeah,
so
a lot.
We'll just have to wait.
You know what, look, Craig? Do you know what the problem is though? How many people? You got to look at the sales of Horizon Zero Dawn. Will tell you, right? 10 million it sold. Okay, but look at Fortnite and look at PUBG. Look at the revenue those games have brought in as a service. Absolutely dwarfs Horizon Zero Dawn. Dwarfs leaves it like it's not even noticeable. That's how much it dwarfs. Right? So how long can Sony ignore that while Microsoft reaps all of the benefits and Google reaps it, and all of these streaming companies start reaping all of the services? Sony's relying on this. 50 million, 100 million investment per a big AAA game. Like, how many people will be left in 5 to 10 years to support that?
Well, again, I think. Well, again, my opinion is that I need to see if it's going to work with Nintendo. I understand what they're doing. They're creating
it's going to work.
Well, they're creating a natural ecosystem, which I think is fine. You have a Switch. You live in Japan. You have Xbox Live. Now here comes an Xbox product. You don't want the Switch anymore. You got Live. Then you migrate to X. I get what they're doing, but I mean, I'm excited to see what's going to happen Because like I said, I think this is when I did my prediction on Xbox Future this morning. Check out that podcast. But
summarize it real quick. Summarize it real quick in a sentence. What's the future?
They're bringing out 3 consoles, and these are their last 3 consoles. I gave the timeline. Shout out to my source, Blue Waffle, with the timeline of the consoles, and and that.
I'll go along with that. I feel like after Anaconda, they're done. I think Microsoft is going to be dealing with producing games and allowing them and making money on them on various platforms, through streaming, releasing them natively, whichever way they can. They're going to get all their games as far spread as possible. Make all their money that way, and do service games as well, so they can reap in all of those microtransactions and everything. Whatever they do, reap it all in, right? And Sony's going to be Sony and Nintendo will probably be the last 2 bastions of hope for the single player experience.
Yeah, I think Sony, after these 2 consoles come out, will make one more, but the only place left to go is 8K, and nobody is. I mean, Samsung got out of the 4K, Blu-ray market. They're not making any more Blu-rays, or Blu-ray players, I should say. So if they're getting out and we're at 4K, and it's not like that's a rinky-dink company. They're one of the forces of nature in that. So it's just there's nowhere else for them to go after Anaconda, which will be a very good console. It's just when PlayStation releases their second SKU, it won't be as powerful as the next PlayStation. But that's what I think Xbox is doing. But I'm not attacking the Xbox.
I'm not surprised either. I'm not surprised that Microsoft and Nintendo are linking up, because Nintendo and Sony have a very checkered and colorful past. Because remember, the 2 of them were working on a console together with Sony, and they fell out of favor with each other. And then Sony stole Square Enix from them for PlayStation 1 and left Nintendo with the lowest sales they've ever seen since then until the Wii. Do you know what I'm saying? Then they came back with motion controls. So Sony done a lot of damage to Nintendo. So I'm pretty sure Nintendo's thinking, because Nintendo's a very conservative company. They look to the past as well as the future. So don't think some of the older heads in the company haven't forgotten Sony.
Bro, the Japanese never forget. And Sony turned Nintendo into a side piece. Nintendo used to be number 1. Now, if you only own a Nintendo, you goofy.
Yeah.
like who owns a Nintendo? Nobody. They turned Nintendo into a side piece.
And Meds, aren't the Japanese big on honor?
And they don't forget.
Right.
See, Sony will tell you that Nintendo betrayed them first. They spent all that money on R&D because Nintendo was talking about going to a disc, and Sony got caught holding the bag. And so then Sony went on and made PlayStation. Yeah, you're right. Everything else was retaliation over honor. You all did this to us. We're going to take stuff from you. But yeah, to me, I love the fact that you have the same people that just drugged the Nintendo Switch when it came out. No third-party support, wasn't powerful enough. Now they are on their hands and knees begging for the candy rain from Nintendo to say so it's the same thing.
It's candy. I remember that.
Yeah, it's bananas. And they act
for real, man.
Yeah, they act like people don't remember them saying it. It's I can't just retarded. That's all I can say. Retarded.
Only they actually had a joint venture console that was relatively going to be what the PlayStation was for Nintendo. So that's very
like, nah, we're going with Philips, dog.
Yeah, and that was like the most.
How could you snub Nintendo, your own Japanese brethren?
No, it's the other way around. Nintendo snubbed Sony
for a European company.
Yeah.
Like, how could you? It was Nintendo that snubbed Sony. Yeah, for I don't even know if they were Swedish. I think they're from Europe, though. Definitely Philips, right?
They probably just gave him a deal.
Yeah, but how could you do that? That's the dishonorable part. Like, you are neighbors. Like, you're the same of the same cloth. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you go and look what they did to Mario and Zelda on that CDI, Philips CDI. Look how they destroyed
Yeah,
that.
that was horrible, bro. That was
Look
like
what
the
they did. Look
worst.
how they repaid Nintendo with that garbage.
Yeah.
But just imagine what could have been if Nintendo and Sony would have had that joint console.
Yeah.
What that that would have spoken in multitudes. It would
They
actually,
would, you know what? I believe they would have fallen out sooner or later.
yeah,
Yeah.
They would have parted ways sooner or later because there's always this thing about who's getting the lion's share. So one's gonna say, "All right, we'll split off and make our own console." They wouldn't have stuck together this long. I guarantee it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
They would have made one or two consoles together, and then they would have splintered off. Believe me.
Mm. Okay. All right. Good. Good shit.
Because
Good
there's a lot of there's a lot of ego in business
Yeah.
oh yes, there is.
at the
There is.
top.
But
You know, at the
Xbox,
top of the pyramid, they think that they're untouchable, and they always want to get one over on people, and they always want to get the better side of the deal. Remember that.
yeah, and Microsoft will have a console that streams. They'll have two native consoles. They're not going to all come out at once. So again, it's interesting to see how this is going to go because they're going to put a footprint everywhere, and we're going to see if it works out long term. I hope it does. I can't wait to play Halo and Gears on the PlayStation because that's the next step. The same people that ripped into me for saying that they're going to put games on all the consoles. No, they're going to never do that. Well, here we go. You got it on the
I mean,
so
this is practically phase one of the whole integration of
phase two because they went to PC first.
yeah. Technically, call this phase one for consoles in terms of how they outsourcing themselves to the general console consumer market instead of PC. Because we already know PC is like very, very abundantly bigger than consoles.
Yeah.
But this for me, this is phase one of what they want to see themselves in the future, as far as as a competitor.
No, this is phase two. This is phase two, because the first phase was putting the games on PC, taking away Xbox exclusives. That was the first phase, and dropping them on the PC, making the console irrelevant for anyone who cares about power. If you didn't care about power, then you'd buy an Xbox because it's cheaper. But a lot of people want the best performance from a game, so they went and bought they played it on the PC. Oh, yeah, of course, Microsoft still got the money, but they lost the prestige of having a console unit in many American households and around the world. Here's the thing. Let me give you a little history on Microsoft. Microsoft, and this is no disrespect, this is the truth, and this is not no fanboyism either. Microsoft are literally the whores of the game industry. I'll tell you why. No, I'm going to qualify it. No, I'm going to qualify it. Microsoft are the whores of the game industry because before they made the OG Xbox One, they were trying to partner with Sony or Nintendo even back then. And Sony and Nintendo weren't interested in partnering with Microsoft. So Microsoft then went after Sega when Sega got in trouble. And Sega didn't want to partner, but they did a deal with the software. They did a deal with the software because Sega didn't want to be in the hardware business. They wanted to be in the game publishing business. But Microsoft wanted to gobble them up. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, consume them so they could get the clout from the name Sega because they were still new in the game, right? So here's the thing. No wonder they're going with Nintendo now because they've always wanted to get with a Japanese company. They've gone for Sony. They've gone for Nintendo. They went for Sega, and now they're back to Nintendo.
Yeah. They really want to bring the services to Sony, but the thing is, Sony doesn't want them near their network. You know what I'm saying? Sony kind of merge networks. Remember, what happens as soon as the network gets compromised? All them services are pretty much screwed. They don't want that.
But Sony are doing the same thing, right? They got PlayStation Now. They got their own cloud infrastructure. They spend lots of money trying to, purchasing it, acquiring it, and improving it. Okay, they got their own network, PlayStation Network. They got more subscribers right now at this point in time than Microsoft has on Xbox Live. So they're in direct competition with each other when it comes to a service model, right? Yep. So there's no way they can get together because it's counterproductive and it's cannibalizing. You can't, you know what I'm saying? There's two behemoths just suddenly merging. It's cannibalizing.
You can't put two sticks in one hole, bro. Just put it out.
Right. You can't be called PlayStation Live. You can't be called PlayStation Network Live. It doesn't make sense. One name's gonna have to go, and then it no longer. When it goes, it ceases to exist. So that's a monopoly. that becomes a monopoly then, doesn't it?
Pretty much. And I think that's one of the main reasons why we're seeing all these moves by Microsoft, and how they're going on about with going to that 2 billion player goalpost that they want to reach. But I mean, it's pretty hard to even get up to even 100 million. Just imagine 2 billion.
There's a game that was on the PC back in the day. It was called Whore of the Orient. That's Microsoft right now.
My God,
no, that's a real game.
At the end of the day, it's going to come down to them. That's what's going to come down to agreeing and disagreeing. At the end of the day, it comes down to Microsoft. You still got to you got to put out the content that people want, even if you're putting this service on all these platforms.
Look, it's not a diss. It's okay to be a whore in business. You've got to put yourself out there. How are you going to network, right? I don't mean it in a prostitution way. I mean it in a different. I'm using the word in a different, with a kind of different meaning. I mean, like, you got a network. You got to put yourself out there. Like, whoring means you're just everywhere. You're not. It doesn't matter as long as it benefits you. You'll go there. Do you understand?
Yeah, I know. I got what you're saying. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I mean,
it's a woman. I don't want women to feel like, oh, you use the word whore. Not in that sense.
Yeah,
it's not about the ladies. It's about the company.
Garuda said,
hey, listen, men can be whores too. So I didn't take no offense to that shit. I know exactly what you're talking about.
They're probably more whores than women are, men.
Garuda crazy. So I appreciate the super chat, Garuda. He said, if you got Fossey Gamer calling people whores, shit hit the fan. Respect.
I mean, even at 2 billion, Wrath, I think it's going to take them a couple of years, because not even Sony right now, with all the console sales that they have, they're close to like almost close to 700,000 and 700 million in terms of sales for hardware and physical completely. So it's taken them a lather of almost 20 plus years to even reach that milestone.
Yeah. I'm telling you, like dudes thinking this is going to happen overnight. No, this is the same thing Netflix went through. It takes commitment. It takes years to build the library.
A lot of funding and investment, bro.
Funding. You need all of this. It's not going to happen overnight where Microsoft is going all of a sudden going to make this crazy like comeback and all this crazy,
no, that's the thing. It can happen overnight, because if they put Xbox Live on Switch and it becomes the de facto network, way better, more improved than what Nintendo's offering, right? And Nintendo don't mind. It saves Nintendo having to invest all that money into infrastructure. Let Microsoft do it. Big deal. Because Nintendo saves money, so they can pump that money into game production and not have to, split money up into the network. And here's the thing: you think those Switch owners, all of those 40 million Switch owners, it's nearly 40 million now. You think not even half of them are going to sign up? That's another 20 million for Microsoft signed up for Xbox Game Pass, playing games. And guess what? Not only do they get that money, and Nintendo eats off it too, but they get the bragging rights to say that we had the highest engagement. You're going to hear it every month from Microsoft.
The highest engagement of numbers.
It's going to be like sales. You're going to hear about engagement, and we're the biggest and we're the broadest network now. We are literally global elite level. Pretty much, right?
Yeah.
And it's not going to be a lie. They're going to be able to do that because they're on PC, they're on Switch. The only place they're not on is PlayStation, and suddenly PlayStation's base starts to look like a midget. When Microsoft have PC gamers using Xbox Live, if they give them the right incentive and the store works and it's improved the way PC gamers want it to be, right? So if PC gamers jump on board, and we know Switch gamers will jump on board, plus you got the existing Xbox fan base, right? And whoever's buying Anaconda in the future, what have you, right? That's going to dwarf PlayStation Network. PlayStation now is going to look tiny.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's like a bull. It's like you're being bullied by 3 giants and you're on your own in the corner. Sony sucking their thumb, ready to get, you know what I'm saying? I don't like a graphic here, but I think you can picture it. You can picture it,
Yeah.
So I can see Sony in the corner being overshadowed and then you got Google and Amazon.
Yeah.
Like bookends.
Well, and I think a lot of things with the streaming is going to be answered by Google. If they show Project Yeti and it's working, I mean, it's in working order. They show a game running 1080p 60 and at mid to high settings. it's Katie bar the door at that point. That's if it's working. I'm not saying it is or it's not. I'm interested to see if they allegedly are going to unveil this and show Assassin's Creed and show the Division Part 2. I think running. So, and I'm just gonna wait and see how it goes. I'm excited about it. I wouldn't mind a streaming console just to see what's happening. And I just think people are going to have to wait. I mean, if Google is getting involved in this, and this is according to Bill Gates, this is a company that kicked their asses at search. They kicked their asses in the phone market. So we're going to have to wait and see. But they are the big stick in this. This is why the next Xbox streaming device is supposed to hit before E3. Because they got it.
The rumor that's going around is that at E3 we're going to get the reveal for both. That's the big rumor going around now.
Yeah, but only one of them's releasing this year.
Yeah, only one will release this year, and that's supposedly going to be
the cheapest one.
This one, the discless one,
yeah, which will be the one that's your test. I mean, but the second one that's coming out is it's supposed to come out fairly soon after that. You know,
yeah, I mean, yeah, they're gonna test the waters with the streaming one, right? This is why they you remember the rumors that we covered a long time ago, Craig, where they were coming out with a discless Xbox before we got the rumors of the streaming Xbox. Remember that?
Correct.
Yeah, they're gonna throw it out there to test the waters, the market, and see people who actually buy it. They're gonna do that first. They're gonna try that first, but you know, again, xCloud at the end of the day is gonna come down to quality. You know,
I think game streaming is about to be on point. Take it from me.
Yeah, I'm saying I was about to
don't use PlayStation Now as the barometer, right? Don't use that as any indication of quality because Sony are gonna roll out a new version of PlayStation Now when they start talking about their cloud and the PS5's capabilities with the cloud. It's going to have a built-in chip to deal with the cloud. But here's the thing, and they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't need a chip if it was just going to run off of PlayStation Now. They must be improving the network for PS5, or why would it need a chip to benefit from that? Just run it off of the PlayStation Now network as it is, right? But listen, the way Google have Assassin's Creed Odyssey running, okay, at 60 frames per second, 1080p, totally streamed with literally no interruptions or lag. Okay, the way they've got that running, I can see game streaming. If they can maintain that level of service, I can see it taking off, especially among the gamers that started gaming from the internet age. They will jump on it first, and us old heads will get curious and say, maybe I might save some money. You know what I mean? Get me a new car.
Question would be if they can actually compete though. Like we know for a fact we saw Google, right? We saw Google running the game at 1080p 60 streaming. The question I guess will be for Microsoft, can they actually replicate what they did at 60 frames per second? Can they do the exact same thing?
Well, that's what we're waiting on, Ryan.
Yeah, that's the big question.
Yeah, that's why
wouldn't they though? Why wouldn't they be able to when the technology exists? Google doesn't own the technology to get. Google does not own streaming technology. It's there for everyone.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm saying it's going to come down to who has the better network and who's offering the best quality experience.
Yeah, it will come down to quality. It will come down to availability, and it will come down to who's got the games that people want to play. And you're going to see a fight over titles. So certain titles will be exclusive to only Google or only Xbox or only wherever. You're going to see that other people have to wait, like it's Netflix. Like Narcos, the series will come to Amazon much later, like a year later, or what I'm saying? It'll be way behind. So that's what I can envisage. But here's the thing: picture this. Imagine Halo Infinite is everything we want Halo to be in a reboot, right? They call it a spiritual reboot.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Microsoft themselves are calling it 343, right? Imagine Microsoft start promoting that game and advertising it all over YouTube and on national TV, wherever you are. Right, in the movie theaters, and they show the game running on a Xbox, the latest Anaconda, and it's running on a PC, and then they show it merging into your phone, your tablet, and then at the end, Nintendo Switch.
Yeah,
people are gonna lose their mind. It's gonna be like people will just subscribe for games. Like, I want to play Halo Infinite, so I'll just like you subscribe for Netflix. Like your favorite season comes on. You'll subscribe just to watch that thing, and then you might unsubscribe. But Microsoft is still making the money.
Yeah.
You know, even if they don't get you to pay up every month, pony up every month, they know a game's gonna come out and you will pony up again. That's what they're counting on. Not that you're consistent. Oh, this person's paying this much every single month. They're realistic. They know you're not going to do that. They know people are just waiting for the next release until they subscribe again.
Okay. Good point. Indeed. Garuda Legends $10 super chat. He says PS4 gamers are so exclusive and lit that PS4 gamers are too exclusive to crossplay with. Shout out to Garuda for that. Appreciate you. Let's see.
Garuda's too much.
Yeah,
He's too much.
Do crazy.
I never seen someone spend so much money to talk a lot of shit.
The games for March, PS Plus games for March. We got Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered and The Witness for March. Anybody interested in those?
Those are both good games, but not for me, you know.
But they're good for people who didn't buy them.
Yeah, basically, and they're pretty.
Unfortunately,
old, so.
I already bought Modern Warfare as part of the blackmail. You know, you have to buy this, and you know you can't have one without the other. So pay this extra money, and you can have it. You know what Activision pulled on us, right? So I got it. So to me, it's a wasted month. To tell you the truth, I haven't subscribed to PlayStation Network. Not this year. I stopped from summer last year. I let it run out.
Yeah. Okay.
Games with gold is terrible this month. For Xbox, really whack.
The best titles are from Xbox 360 and the OG Xbox.
Exactly, and I'm not trying to play those. So,
all right.
But to be fair, though, that Metal Gear game is good, though.
Okay. All right. What was it? My notes here. Oh, PS Vita is officially done. They're officially ending that completely.
Give it a round of applause. Now get the hell out of here.
The PS Vita is officially done. Sony's closing it down. No more Vita will be made. So if you see a Vita on Amazon and you really want it, you might want to go ahead and pick it up because it's not going to be sold by Sony anymore. More than likely, you're going to be sold by, those little scalpers or scrappers, whatever, and they just, they try to sell it for a higher price on eBay, vice versa.
I'm glad it's retired now because it's taking away resources. Mazel, it's not going to do any better.
It really hasn't, man. They haven't done anything for it.
Yeah.
No, I mean they still.
I'm gonna miss it, man.
No,
I love that thing.
Even though they weren't releasing games, they were still. It still costs money to do maintenance for its version of the network and stuff.
Oh, that's still going to be up.
Yeah, but it'll soon fade out, bro. Trust me.
Yeah, they're gonna fade out.
That will soon go, bro. That will soon go.
I think it'll last longer than you think.
Another 4 years and it's gone.
Yeah, I can see that happening because PS3's network is still on, and we all thought that was going to be phased out within like halfway through the PS4's lifespan. You remember that? It's still up and running. So,
and another thing, as a Switch owner, I noticed a lot of Japanese third parties were wasting their time with the Vita still, even to this day, and not releasing the game on the Switch. When I'm thinking, hold on, this thing's dying. Let it die and put your title on the Switch because people are buying the Switch, not the Vita. And I ain't got nothing against the Vita. It was a great thing while it was a great thing. But now,
I loved it.
If something's dying, I say put it out of its misery. Don't let it suffer anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And it's never going to die because Vita means life.
There you go.
Well, only in Greece.
It's still real to me, damn it.
It's Latin. It's Latin, actually. It's Latin for, you're right, yeah, life.
All right. Let's see here. I have one more. Oh, yeah, the main topic, obviously, the star of the show, The Last of Us Part 2. So, according to this right here, a retailer actually possibly could have leaked the actual release for The Last of Us Part 2. The game could possibly be coming out as early as October here in 2019. What do you guys say about that?
Possible.
Nah, it's a rumor, but it's possible.
It's a possibility, but then again, you got to realize it's a rumor, and you
Mhm.
know how rumors turn out sometimes. So we just have to wait and see. That's why I don't listen to rumors, because half the time they're just rumors.
Yeah, but you know, here's the big question though. What game are Sony gonna send the PS4 out with a bang? Last gen, it was The Last of Us. I don't think it's gonna be The Last of Us this gen. I think it's gonna be Ghost of Tsushima. It's gonna be the one to.
That I would love.
I'm seeing that as well. I'm getting that vibe. You would think they'll go with the trend. They'll end it with something new.
No, I think because I think they want to introduce a new IP
Mm-hmm.
for the end of the PS4 generation. Because The Last of Us was a new IP, but it isn't anymore.
Yeah, it's already established. Very
Yeah,
true.
so they might. So I think we will get The Last of Us before Ghost of Tsushima and whatever other titles, maybe Death Stranding. But will we get it in October? That's a rumor. But it would be nice to come out. That's Hallows Eve. That's Halloween. So that's a good reason to pick up the game like in droves and chill out with your partner and play that game together on Halloween night. You know, because maybe you're too old to go knocking on doors begging for candy.
Don't we have Days Gone for, I think, April? They said April, something like that.
That's
April 26th.
That's just round the corner, bro. Go to bed and wake up, and the game's at your door.
Yeah, so technically, so it's not like 2019 is lacking in any stretch of the mind. You know, there's a lot of games coming out. Also,
I want Judgment. I want Judgment. That game, Judgment. They've localized it in English. It's a Yakuza type game.
Uh-huh.
Do you know that game?
Yeah, that one looks good too to play.
Oh, dude, it's Phoenix Wright. It's like you do big court cases. Like you have to take the stand, the witnesses, and intimidation and all that, and gangster living. I gotta play that.
I think it's called Judge Eyes.
Judge Eyes. It's a cross between Yakuza and Phoenix Wright.
Mm-hmm.
Only in the fact that there's a big emphasis on going to court and trying to convict criminals.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm interested. I need to check that out. And then that other one, it's Scalebound, but they changed the name to something else. So I'm interested.
Sniper, he says Shenmue in August. Okay, I forgot about that. Yeah. It's a lot of games for 2019. A lot.
Yeah.
Man,
I would like to see. I know people are, got a chub for The Last of Us, but I'm interested in Kojima's game. I mean, if that's the game that's allegedly being shown at Destination PlayStation, and Ghost of Tsushima, I'm hoping one of those two come out. I prefer.
To be honest, imagine you've only got enough money for one of them, and they both come out on the same day. What are you picking up, Craig? The Last of Us Part 2 or Death Stranding?
Oh, I'm getting Death Stranding.
Oh, well, all right, that's you, but not me, boy. I'm picking up. I'll go with what I know first.
Hey, Fox, it's like you're asking me, do I want the grilled chicken or the filet mignon? I'm happy either way, but I don't blame people, man. That girl kissing that other girl, and I'm telling you right now, you look close, you can see a little nip there. So I don't blame.
Oh, God.
Oh, come on, Craig.
Actually, no, I don't blame it though. I don't blame people. That kiss was the kiss heard around the world.
You can just go a little too hard.
Why? I don't understand. Why are people so outraged over that kissing scene?
Oh no, I loved it.
People act like there are no lesbians in the world that actually do that.
Yeah. Well, Fox, I agree. That's the way you're supposed to kiss a girl. Like the way
I've seen women. Listen,
Craig, what you're saying is you're supposed to kiss a woman as if you're a woman?
No, you the way you're supposed to kiss.
No, wait a minute. I gotta catch on. You said that's the way you're supposed to kiss a woman.
That's the way you're supposed to kiss the ladies. We go there.
I've seen women who aren't lesbians.
Yeah, she's all hot and sweaty. So that just I need to watch that. I'm gonna watch that again here before I jump off here.
Oh God.
Way it should be, right?
It's just not. Look, man. Listen. People act like I don't know why people are outraged. They act like there hasn't been lesbians before. This is not a new phenomenon. There've been lesbians since the beginning of time. Listen, man. So what is two women kissing? Why are people so focused on that one scene? You should be focused on chopping heads off and shooting zombies in the head.
I mean, look at the introduction to that trailer when they had the fireflies trying, dissecting those people. Like that got me so hyped up just to even want to play the game right there and then. I
Facts.
didn't really think about no kissing, no nothing. I just wanted to play the game, and the way Ellie was running around from the enemies and killing them and shooting the arrows, and like that's the main emphasis of the game. You got to survive in order to get to to the end.
Do you know the
Mhm.
worst thing? People are outraged about these two girls kissing, but your favorite rapper's gay though. So live with that.
Who's that? Some rappers, some millennials,
Chances are your favorite rapper is probably gay. The way the industry is. So
probably down low, talking about she holds me down every time I hit her up. What the hell they talking? So, but yeah, but I don't blame. I'm more interested in the Kojima's game than any. It's got Lindsay Wagner, the Bionic Woman, is in this game, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, I'm interested in playing that game. So, but yeah, overall, I don't blame people for being excited for The Last of Us, though. What's not to get excited about?
you know what it is? Because we know the Last of Us story. We want to know what happens next. With Death Stranding, it's a totally new phenomenon. We just don't know what to expect. So your best bet, if you can only afford one or the other, you'd go with what you like you probably know, isn't it? So the
Yeah,
chances of being disappointed are much reduced. And then you can pick up Death Stranding later, or maybe you just be Craig and pick up Death Stranding and say to hell with The Last of Us Part 2.
they can wait, and that may be the grand finale. I mean, that's going to be a great game. I feel too. I really hope it lives up to what people are.
Listen, Craig, I guarantee you one thing though. You won't be playing either one of those games on that PC of yours.
That's a fact. Although Metal Gear 5,
through.
that's true. Oh, you're right about that. Yeah, no matter how much power my PC has, I call it my little anaconda. You're right. You can't play those games on there, so it is what it is.
All righty. I think that's pretty much all the topics, and we have reached the time, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
You couldn't help it because there's not much news out there.
Yeah, not much happening. But hey, let me say thank you to everybody that's here. Episode 50 RGT. Thank you guys so much for making that possible. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys so much. Do us a huge favor, hit that like button, and definitely go and check out everybody that's here on the channel. I have featured, so go check out their content, subscribe to them, hit them up, all that jazz. Share the love. You know what I'm saying? Great guys, they're great content creators, and definitely check them out. All right. I'm gonna go let everybody get their outros out, and we're gonna shut it down. Ladies first, Nancy.
What's up, everybody? Remember, like you said, hit that like button, check everybody out on the channel, and you know where to find me, playing my games as usual, and sometimes on YouTube, sometimes on Twitter. Have a great night, everybody, and thanks for joining.
Absolutely. Mr. Craig Harris, the Messiah.
Yeah, shout out to everybody that was here. Everybody hit that like button for TLOU, also known by his gangster name, Ryan the Professional. And I play Division Part 2 a little bit later. I'm downloading something called Open Beta. So just hit me up on that. It may take 2 hours to load, but I'll be trying to get on that a little later if anybody wants to throw down on some whatever is in this game. I don't know what's happening. So
all right, for sure. Mr. Fox.
Yay. What's happening?
He tried too hard. Go ahead.
Yeah, gaming's gaming, man. Just chill. Enjoy, embrace it, man. Feel the pixels flow through your body.
Yeah.
I feel like Jimi Hendrix right now. I'm really joking.
Oh, God.
No, play games on corporations, man. Listen, Gamer Couch, Sunday, 5 p.m. if you live over in New York, 10 p.m. if you're in the UK. Be there or don't talk to me no more.
Alrighty. He just in time for his outro. Go ahead, Carlos.
Sorry for the technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen, but as always, a pleasure being around everybody in the chat. and just generally talking about games and the important things that matter to us. And with that being said, man, episode 50 in the works. Gamer by choice, not by trend. We out.
Absolutely. And go ahead, Meds, my brother.
Oh, another one in the books. That's number 50. I want to say thanks for bringing me on here, in the first place. I came on one time and you didn't kick me out, so I stayed. And here's to another 50 and 50,000 in the future. Have a good weekend, everybody. And let's play some games and have some fun.
Absolutely, absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, that is episode 50. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys later. Yes, Big Cloud is officially back, so videos will indeed resume starting tomorrow. I'll see you guys then. Until then, definitely go ahead and support everybody here on the channel. Go ahead and check out the content, and so share the love. All right, I'm definitely signing out. It's always a pleasure to do the show with you guys, and it's always a pleasure to talk game with all of you. Much love, respect. All of you guys, keep it gaming. I'm signing out. Later.
Yeah.